Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of G Talk. Thanks for being here. So I wanted to talk about today a product that a lot of men have been exposed to lately, many of them purchasing it, some still doubtful, and it's called the Manmade brand, where it deals with boxer shorts, and they've expanded their product line into other things like socks and shirts and even pants now. So this has been going on for a little while since they debuted on Shark Tank and made their pitch for these underwear. And as you know, if you've seen that episode, there was interest there in the product, and they've continued to grow as a brand. And so I hadn't tried it, but recently I thought to myself, okay, you know what? Given the undergarment situation out there, let me give it a shot, right? Let me see what these things are like. And so I went online to their website, and when I went to their website, you can go through and pick your products, and they have different packages. But there's one thing that's true about, this product. It's not a cheap product. If you're accustomed to getting your, 4 for $20, that's not going to happen here. Most undergarments, underwear, the boxers seem to be around the $24, $25 mark. Shirts are $48 to $50, I think. And then pants might be $99 or so, right? Around the $100 mark. I don't remember the socks, but there's the website, and we'll post that after. But so you're dealing with a price point that's a little higher than normal. So whenever I deal with that, there's a couple of expectations that I have. One of those expectations is I'm going to get something that's better than something else of the same type that I've tried or that I own, right? I'm putting out more money. I have a higher expectation of the quality, okay? Another expectation is that if I'm putting out more money, that if I have an issue, I have better customer service engagement. I have somebody to help me resolve the issue more easily than if I was not paying as much, right? I want them to be more available, more responsive, more accountable, okay? So those are two very important parts of my purchasing experience as a customer, and it should be yours too if you're looking for that quality and service, right? So I went on the website, and as you're going through the different components of it, there's a sizing chart, and you put in your height and you put in your weight, and you put in some information, and what it does is it spits out and says, you know what, you should be a small, or you should be a medium, or you should be a large, right? Because it got waist and height and all that sort of stuff. It calculates and says this is the what you should buy. Now they do have a guarantee of some type where, as long as you haven't opened the package or or in the product or washed it, there's some kind of, return or exchange. No, it's an exchange, really. It's an exchange, or maybe even a credit. And I'll get to that in a little bit. So I did that. I got my size spit out at me, and I thought, okay, there's a package. It includes 2 boxers and a shirt. Now, I did have my hesitation in the boxers is that they're the long boxer types, right? Like they're not the crew size. So they, go down in your thigh, and they go a little higher, I think, on your waist, etc. They're the traditional boxer. And I've worn those types of shorts, but I prefer the crew type, which is a little shorter. But I thought, you know what? There's so many good things that they keep talking about that I'm going to give these a shot and see if they work for me. Got my size, put the order in. The marketing around this is phenomenal. So from the moment you put your order in, they have these cute little videos of one of the owners packaging them, and another owner at some point, they're delivering them, and you're getting the updates, and they're very cute. Keeps you informed. Again, customer service, information, expectations. Very nice. Hey, I ordered my product. They're reassuring me it's on its way. They're giving me the cute stuff. Product gets here, no issues with delivery. The product came well. Like there was no rips, there was no tears. Their packaging was good. The product looked good. Okay, so I try the boxers. And now a few features of the boxers are that, hey, the leg portion won't ride up, like it won't climb up your thigh and bunch up. Okay. Another part is they're really supposed to be really comfortable, and there's a pouch at the front, and it's supposed to make things comfortable. You're not supposed to sweat in them. Like, it's supposed to be a cool feeling, right? Also, they tout that the material is stretchy, comes back to form every time, and that the waistband doesn't flip over. That the waistband doesn't fold over. Okay, so most of the things that they claim, from my experience, are true. Doesn't ride up, really comfortable, almost feels like you're not wearing them, almost. Pretty close. I've had, like the whole thing, they say, well, the cotton ones, you feel like you're wearing them. It's not true, because sometimes I have some cotton ones that I don't feel like they don't feel heavy on me. I don't think, oh, I'm wearing these underwear. So there were moments where I was like, oh yeah, I've got these different underwear on. And maybe because they didn't ride up, I just kept feeling them on my thigh or whatever. But the one challenge that I had with them was the waistband. Now, I'm not a big... I don't have a big waist. I'm not a heavy person. I'm pretty tapered around the waist. But these things kept folding over. The waistband kept folding over. And whether I sat or stood or bent over, especially like if I bent over to pick something up, they just folded over. Now, I have some really cheap, some other like inexpensive, cheap boxers where the elastic band doesn't do that. Even some of my crew cotton ones, it doesn't do that. Now, I have some really old ones that do that. But these are brand new, and they're marketed as not doing that. So they did it enough that it became an annoyance. So I contacted them. I sent an email. Again, wonderful. Got a response, and they said, oh, would you mind telling us your height and your weight? And, let's just make sure you got the right size. No problem. I entertained them with that, gave them that information. And they kind of came back and said, well, you know what? We just don't have your size. And I said, well, this is the size that the website, your calculator, spit out. So if I gave you the same information as the calculator, and it gave me the size, now you're telling me you don't have my size yet. You haven't produced that type of size yet. Again, it's smaller size in terms of waist and things like that. So their offer to me at the time was, well, you know what? If you cut the waistband on them, on the ones you've tried, if you cut the waistband, and we'll show you how to cut the waistband, we'll give you a store credit. And on the other ones, if you haven't opened them, just return them, and we'll refund you the dollars. So I thought, if I can't get the size I want, what value is a store credit to me? So I challenged them on that, and I said, just that. Look, I'm probably not going to order these anymore. My experience hasn't been good in terms of fit. So what will a store credit, unless I buy one of your other products, but at this point, you've told me all these things, and one of those things isn't true, and then your site didn't quite give me the right size, so what value will I get out of a store credit? And interestingly, customer service. So they came back and said, you're right. We'll refund you them. Just, send us the picture of the cut thing, and away you go, and you're fine. So, I go back and I say, this is a product work. Does it do what they say? Is the quality there? And then the customer service part. Overall, the quality is there. Now, I don't know if you're a bigger person or you have a different size, if indeed the waistband doesn't fold over on you. I can only speak from my experience. And look, even though I wanted to try the long boxers and they're supposed to feel like the second skin or like a very, very comfortable, there was comfort there, but I can't say to you that it was undeniable comfort. So waistband folds over. Comfortable, yes. Amazing compared to other ones I've tried. I wouldn't say amazing. Better in some aspects. Worth $25 a pair. Hard for me to assess that with a couple of things that I don't like about them, but I don't want to disparage them. Okay, like they're a fair company that's at least willing to work with the customers. There's just these couple of little things, and look, if that's the thing I'm complaining about, if that's the issue, they're not big issues. There are probably things that they can tweak, and that they probably will tweak if they continue down the path of where they started, about being transparent and having quality and all those sorts of things. So we'll see where they end up. The shirt was fantastic and is fantastic. I really like the t-shirt. My fit, again, it comes down to fit. It fits me. The style is good. It's comfortable. It's soft. It's very light. It's versatile, washes well, dries well. So the shirt, I might be a repeat customer, and I might be a repeat customer, especially now because of their customer service response on that product. I haven't tried any other ones. Maybe I will down the road, and I'll let you know about it. But for now, for me, the underwear, middle of the road, take them or leave them. The shirt's fantastic. So listen, hopefully you enjoyed this very small review. I'll have the website for Manmade in the show notes. And and my last topic on the automated enforcement speeding stuff, it's not over. It's still going on. Other things happening. I'll come up with an update a little bit later, just waiting on from some responses from some other areas. So hopefully you enjoyed this other episode of G Talk here on the Path Radio. Have a great day and take care, folks.